Hey guys, today I'll be doing a video showing what camera equipment a full-time photographer uses. If you are new here, hi, my name is Rachel and I'm an international freelance photographer. Today I am doing an updated video on the camera equipment that I use. I did one about 2 years ago, I think, and so I've obviously upgraded all my equipment since then. You guys seem to love it, so I thought I'd give you a bit of rundown on the stuff that I'm using now. Everything that I'll be mentioning today, I'll obviously be leaving a link down below for you so you can go buy it yourself. No gatekeeping here. Yeah, highly recommend everything that I use. None of this is sponsored. Like, this is literally everything that I use and have been for a while. So go check it out if you'd like to get some yourself, and let's get into the equipment that I use. So let's get straight into it. This is my baby, my child, my love. I just recently bought this camera, maybe like 4 weeks ago. I got the Canon R6. So this is just the body part here. I only upgraded because my other camera had done its time. Before I had a Canon 5D Mark IV, and I think I had it for like 6 years using it full time. It was starting to die on me. So I thought it'd be best to upgrade, and yeah, I love this camera. So we've got the flip screen, which I didn't have in my last one. It has face tracking, which is my favorite thing in the world. I didn't know that they had that. So pretty much I don't have to like adjust the focal point. When I'm shooting, it will just pick up where the model's face is and bam, it's in focus. So that is my favorite thing about this camera. And second thing would be that in the card slots here, it's got 2 card slots. So that way I've only got one in there at the moment, but when I'm shooting a wedding, I can do 2 cards at once. So it backs it up to both of them. And because as a photographer, your worst nightmare is that your card is going to corrupt and you lose everything, especially for a wedding. So yeah, that was pretty much the part that sold me with this one when I saw that. So yeah, I highly recommend. Now for the second part of my baby, we have the Sigma 70-200 lens, this one right here. This is my favorite lens that I own. I have quite a few, but I mainly stick to 2 that I use every day. So this one obviously is really good because it zooms in a lot. So it's great for getting that depth of field. So if you're not sure what that is, if you're looking at like a photo, you have the model, the background is like nice and blurred, the model's really in focus, that's what that does. Great for portraits. I'll put a photo example of what I mean. So if you're shooting with something that has a shorter length, it makes the model look a bit more fisheye. And so this one, it's just zooming in more, flattens the face a bit. You'll see what I mean with the photos that I'm putting up here. So it's just way more flattering for portraits. So that is the lens that I mainly use. Next up, my other child. This is the other lens that I was talking about that I use every single day. So I've got a Canon 24-70. So this one is great for when I'm getting more like full length body shots, because the other lens is obviously more zoomed in. So you have to like stand really far back. If you don't have that kind of range in the studio, then that's what this one's for. So I've had this one for maybe 6 years now and it's the best. It's kind of like an all-rounder. Highly recommend everyone has a 24-70. So the other equipment that I use is obviously going to be too big to fit in this space. So I'm just going to show you photos of what I have. So I have a Profoto light. It's the Profoto D2 500. So that's the one that I use in the studio. Before that, I'm not sure if I put it in the last video, but I had one that was just battery powered, and it's great if you're going on location when you don't have like, you know, power supply, somewhere to plug it in, and you don't have to worry about all the cords. But I'm pretty much always shooting in the studio, and if I'm outdoors then I'm doing natural light. So the batteries was a bit of a hassle. They would drain really quickly. They only had so many flashes in it and I shoot very quick, so I was like powering through them. The batteries aren't cheap, they're like $500 each, so I'd buy another one and then still wasn't keeping up. So I decided to get rid of that one and I invested in this new one. One, it's like, you know, a newer model, and then 2, it has a cord, so that way it's just gonna like plug into my wall at all times, always powered, don't have to worry about it. Now on the studio light, I have a umbrella softbox, so I'll put a photo to show you. So pretty self-explanatory. Looks like an umbrella and it has like a softbox kind of like sheer material over it. So to explain it, you're facing the light away from the model. The flash will bounce into the umbrella, rebound, go through the diffuser, so it like softens the light, and just gives a more like softer look, not so harsh. So that's what I use that for, and that is the only softbox that I have. So the next piece of equipment, if you can call it that, that everyone asks me about is my backdrop. So here's a photo. It's great because it's not attached to the ceiling. It's like a clamp, so I can move it whenever I need to. I pretty much keep it there all the time, but if I'm going on location, it's great. The other handy thing about this backdrop stand is that it has 2 hooks at the top for you to attach the backdrop rolls. You can have 2 on at once, so I like to keep the white and the black there. So just depending what kind of outfit we're shooting, I can just roll it down. Very simple to use and very easy to switch over. You can just like untwist the knobs on the end, put it into a different paper roll, put it up if you want to do pink, brown, whatever color suits. The next piece of equipment we'll be talking about is my little flash that I attach to my camera. So I think I got it from Ted's Cameras, but I will find out and put it below for you. So this was maybe like $85 or something around that $100 mark. Wasn't that expensive, you know, compared to other photography equipment. I mainly use this flash when I'm shooting events. So like weddings, engagement parties, all that jazz. Obviously you're not gonna bring your big studio light for that. And you know, it gets dark, nighttime comes around. So you're gonna have to have some sort of flash to bounce in there. So that's what I use. I just use that. Next up, we have my weight bag. So these are probably things that you wouldn't really think of, but you do need. So the studio light is obviously quite heavy and it goes on an angle as you would have seen in the photos that I had. So you need a weight bag to just like hold it down, make sure it doesn't fall on top of you. And so I got mine from Specular. Have a photo for you. Honestly, if I'm being honest, you could just buy a bag of rice, which I've seen people do. I haven't tried myself, but I've seen people do it and it would save you a lot of money. So up to you if you want to get this bag or just go buy a bag of rice. Yeah, just suss out the weight of them. But yeah, I've had this weight bag since like when I first created my studio, so I haven't really had a reason to go buy anything else. The ProPhoto Studio Light comes with a little air remote. It's really cute. So this pretty much connects your camera to the light. So when you're pressing the button, the flash is going to go off with it. So that's kind of like necessary to use that. I do use a good old ring light. I just got mine on eBay. I think it was like $80, something like that. Works amazing. This isn't for taking photos. I have done it a couple of times and it actually does come out nice because it gives like that nice ring look in the eyes. I'll show you a photo of one time I used it. But yeah, I mainly use the ring light for more of my behind the scenes content. If you follow me on TikTok or Instagram, you see that I'm always posting behind the scenes. So I usually have that just like on the side of the setup to kind of fill in light for when the iPhone is trying to film. Yeah, the ring light is purely just for my behind the scenes kind of stuff, not for me taking photos. So I'll keep that nice, short and sweet. We like to cut to the chase. That's pretty much all the equipment that I use on a daily basis. All the links are below if you'd like to get some yourself. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you can see my next videos. And yeah, I'll see you next time.